Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy. As you all know, we are studying direct and reported indirect speech, and we have discussed what are these, and we have discussed how to make these direct and indirect reported speech. We have discussed two rules. So let's revise what we have discussed, and after that we are going to discuss today the third rule, how to convert direct to indirect speech. So let's revise first of all, and then we will start the third rule. So as we have discussed, rule number 1, change of tense. It means we will change in tense in whenever we are converting direct to indirect speech. So if the reporting verb in the direct speech statement is in the present or future tense, then it remains same in the indirect speech too. No change in tense. This rule we have discussed. So here you can see, if the reporting verb is in the past tense in the direct speech statement, then the verbs within the inverted commas will change in the indirect speech statement. So am and is become was, are become were, do does become did, have has become had, will become would, and can become could. So as we have discussed, the simple present tense convert into simple past tense convert into past perfect tense, and continuous present tense convert into continuous past tense, perfect present tense perfect past tense, and past perfect tense remain in past perfect tense, and future will conditional will convert into would, and models change we have discussed, can become could, may become might. And second rule we have discussed yesterday, that is change of pronouns, and it is based on the rule SON formula, that is subject, object, and no change. If subject of the quoted word is in the first form person, then it will change according to the subject of the reported speech. Now second thing that we are going to discuss today, that is personal pronoun change according to if subject of the quoted word is in second person, then it will change according to the object of reporting verb. For example, he said to her, "You look happy." He told her that she looked happy. Now here you can say that you can see the change in second person, and what we have changed you to she, because it is the reported verb, it is written in you can say in female gender, so that is why we have changed. Now here you can see, he said to her that you look happy. Now who said to her? He said to her. Here you can see her, it's showing the female gender, so that is why it will change in she. He told her that she looked happy. So this is the change you have seen, that it is in the second person, that it will change according to the object of reporting speech, reporting verb. Now the second point that is we always keep in mind, if the subject of the quoted words is in third person. So second person we have discussed that according to the reporting verb it will be changed. Now we are going to discuss about third person. That third person, that will be no change, that we have already seen. that he said to him, I'm giving one example. He said to him, she has already left. Now here, he told him that she had already left. If the subject of the quoted word is in the third person, if it he, she, it, they, if it is written over there, so in the reported verb, so there will be no change. So you just remember, in first person we are going to change, in second person we are going to change according to the reported verb, but in third person we are not going to change. If the subject of the quoted word is in the third person, then there will be no change. He said to him, she was already late. He told to him that she had already late. Now here you can see she is given over here. It means it is third person. So that is why we are not going to change here. Now let's see the table which is given in this picture, subject first person. So children, as you all know what are first person, and we are going to see that how it will convert in direct to indirect speech, first person. So I become he and she, me become him and her, my become his and her, we become they, us become them, and our become their. So this formula you just always keep in your mind because this is very important. I become he, she, me become him, her, my become his, her, we become they, us become them, and our become their. So these are all first person and they are going to change in indirect speech. So this you can say the clip, you just take a screenshot or write it down. Now subject in first person, he said, I went to consult my parents. He said that he went to consult his parent. Mona said, I went to consult my parents. Mona said that she went to consult her parents. Boy said, we went to consult our parents. Boy said that they went to the consult their parents. So that one thing you have seen, that these are all first person is in the inverted comma. So it will change according to the reported verb. So because boys is there, so that it will change into they, we become they, and I become she, and here I become he. So this is change in first person. Now let's discuss about object of second person, how it will be changed. The second person object is you. So according to the reported speech, it will change. So what are the changes we are going to see? You, if you is singular, it will convert into he and she. If your is singular, it will convert into his and her. You, if you is singular, it will become him or her. You is plural over there, then it will become they. And your is plural, then their, and you is plural, then them. So these are the points that we always keep in your mind, and take a screenshot also, because first person we have discussed and this is second person. So now let's see how to change second person in direct to indirect speech. Anil said to Meena, your parents are waiting for you. Now here it is used over here, your, it is for singular thing. Now Anil told Meena that her parents was waiting for her. Now, second example we are going to see. Anil said to Yogi, your parents are waiting for you. Again, it will be used in the singular form. For the singular reporting verb, you can say, Anil told Yogi that his parents were waiting for him. Now, third example, Anil said to them, your parents are waiting for you. Anil said to them that their parents were waiting for them. Now here, here you can see it is there, so that is why it will change, become them. So that you always keep in your mind, that if we have discussed that you, if it is used as singular, it will convert into he and she. And if it is used your singular, so his and her, and you is singular, him and her, and you is plural, then it will become they. So your is plural, then their, and you is plural, then it will become them. So first of all, you just learn this table, then we can make a perfect indirect speech. So here we can say, Anil said to them, your parents are waiting for you. Now them, it is used over there. So that is why here you can, your is used for the plural reporting verb. That is why it will be changed. Anil told them that their parents were waiting for them. So this is the change. You just keep in your mind, whenever we are using plural, for plural reporting verb, that it will be changed into plural. So this thing you always keep in your mind whenever you are using this second person pronoun. Now we are going to discuss about third person, and we have already studied that there will be no change in third person. So for example, if I am going to give you, I said to him, he should be trusted. So now here I told him that he should be trusted, because it is given in third person. In inverted commas, it is given in indirect speech, it is third person. He, she, it, they. If it is given in third person, there will be no change. I said to him, he should be trusted. Now here you can see, I told him that he should be trusted. She said she is looking for a job. She said that she was looking for a job. We have just changed only in the helping verbs. So third person, we are not going to change anything. We just change into tenses. Now rule number 3. This is very important, and we just always remember that rule number 3, change in adverbs of place and time. This is very important. So let's see rule number 3, change in adverb of time and place. So this table, you just take a screenshot or note it down. If the time and place, it is written in direct speech today, so it will change in that day. If it is written these, so it will become those. Now become then. Here become there. Tomorrow become the following next, the following or next day. And yesterday, we are going to use over here the previous day or the day before. So this table, just keep in your mind, when it is written tomorrow, we will change in the following day or next day. If it is written yesterday, so it will become the previous day and the day before. Today become that day, these become those, now become then, and here become there. When we are going to change this? Whenever we are making direct to indirect speech. So these are the changes in adverbs of time and place. So change in adverb of time and place. So few things that we always keep in it that we have discussed in the earlier picture also, and this picture you just take a screenshot and always keep in mind when it is written last year in direct speech, it will change the year before, or if it is written tonight, it will become that night, this become that, thus become so. So these are the major changes you can see in direct to indirect speech. Last year become the year before. Tonight become that night, this become that, and thus become so. So these changes we just remember, because these adverbs will come every time in your direct speech, and then you will get confused. So this and this very important for you. Now we are going to learn how to change. We have discussed what are the things will be changed in direct to indirect speech. Now how we are going to change that, let's see in the examples. He said, I shall discuss this matter next week. Now here you can see this. I shall discuss this matter. So this over here adverb of place. So he said that he would discuss that matter. Now here you can see the change in adverb of time and place. This become that. That matter the following week. She said, we shifted to this house 2 weeks ago. Now here you can see ago is mentioned because it's showing the time of place. So, or you can say the time of adverb. Now she said that they had shifted to that. Now here you can see this become that, and 2 weeks ago. So here 2 weeks before. So these are the major changes in adverb of place and time in direct to indirect speech that we have already discussed. So this become that and ago become before. Now let's see some practice. That I take English classes at Cascura College. He said that. It is written, so what we are going to do, you just write it down, these practice session, and you just write it down and complete it as in homework. So take a screenshot. After learning these rules, we should know what are the terminology of direct to indirect speech. Now first of all, reporting speech. What is reporting speech? The first part in the direct speech is called reporting speech. So now the next thing is reported speech. The second part of the sentence, which is closed in inverted commas or quotation marks, is called reported speech. Now the next thing, reporting verb. Reporting verb, it means the verb of the reporting speech is called the reporting verb. And now here reported verb. The verb of the reported verb is called the reported verb. So these are the terminology that we should understand. Now let's discuss a few more examples that we have discussed, that adverbs of time and place, how it will be changed. So this become that, these become those, and here become there. And now become then, sir become respectfully, madam become respectfully, today become that day, yesterday become the day previous day, Tomorrow become the following day or next day. Tonight become that night. Good morning or good evening or good day, it will turn into greeted. So we will write greeted, he greeted. So the rules above are mandatory for converting direct speech into indirect speech, hence they should be memorized thoroughly. So it is very important that you should memorize this. The following examples cover all the affirmation of that. So focus on every sentence to know how the above mentioned rules have been used there. Now here I am going to give you few examples about that. So that we have discussed how we are going to use tomorrow or yesterday or then and today. So I am going to give you few examples. So he says he wants to buy this book. He says that he wants to buy that book. Now here you can see the major changes in this become that we have already discussed. Now he says he wants to buy these books. Now these become those over there. He says that he wants to buy those books. Now she says everybody was there. She says that everybody was here become there. Now I am going to show you few more examples. They say it's 10 o'clock now. They say that it's 10 o'clock then. Now here now become then. They said, sir, the time is over. They said respectfully that the time was over. Respectfully. Sir or madam become respectfully. They said respectfully. Then they said, madam, the time is over. They said respectfully, the time was over. So these are the things that you should memorize thoroughly, because it will come again and again to make direct to indirect speech. So it is very mandatory that these rules you should learn. Now few example. She said, I am going to London today. She said that she was going to London that day. She said, I visited Oxford University yesterday. Yesterday become the day, the previous day, and today become that day that we have discussed. Here you can say today, that day. She said, I visited Oxford University yesterday. So she said that she had visited Oxford University the previous day. Now she said, I am going to London tomorrow. She said that she was going to London next year. So these are the things we always keep in our mind. She said, now after that, these changes in adverb of places and time, we should learn how to change imperative sentences which is written in direct speech, how we will change in indirect speech. So first of all, we should know what are imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are sentences that give an order or a direct command, or these sentences may be in the shape of advice, entreaty, request or order. So mostly it depends upon the forcefulness of the speaker. There's a full stop or sign of exclamation is used at the end of the sentence. So these are all called imperative sentence, which is full of advice, request or command. So these are called imperative sentence. If it is given in direct speech, so how we are going to change that we are going to learn today. So if it is written shut the door or please shut the door, repair the door by tomorrow. So these you can see this is the example of command, this is the request, and repair the door you can say this is suggestion or advice. To convert these type of the sentences into indirect speech, there are some rules that we are going to learn. The reported verb is changed according to the reported speech into order in case the sentence gives a direct command. So here you can see, if I am going to give you one example, that you just take a screenshot because this is very important to memorize. So direct speech, if it is written, the teacher said to me shut the door. So here you can see this is the command of teacher, or it's a order by the teacher. The teacher said to me shut the door. So it is you can recognize these direct speech is written in imperative sentence. So how we are going to change? The rule is given over here. The reported verb is changed according to reported speech. So it will be changed according to the reported speech into order in case the sentence gives a direct command. For example, this is the direct command. So how it will be changed? So here you can see he requested. Now here you can see, if we are going to see this, the teacher ordered. Now here, because it is given in command, so that is why it will change. The teacher ordered, because ordered will be used because it is given by the teacher. Teachers has given the command. That is why teachers ordered me to shut the door. So this type of the sentence you should understand that what is inside this reporting speech. So if I am going to give you one example, he said to me shut the door. So he requested to me to shut the door. So the same thing is there, but the teacher is a different thing, or the you can say who is elder to you. That is the different thing, they can order you. But if your friend and your colleague is telling you shut the door, so it is hidden, it's having a request. So that is why he said to me shut the door. That is not a command, it is only a simple request. That is why we are going to use over here in indirect speech, he requested me to shut the door. The same sentence is there, but in previous sentence we have seen the teacher said shut the door, said to me to shut the door. So we have used ordered because it was command, but here the person is the second person is telling something to do. So here we are going to use requested. He said to me shut the door. So it is here the request. He requested me to shut the door. The reporting verb is changed according to the reporting speech into advice in case the sentence gives a piece of examples that we have. It is already given over here. Now, if it is given as an advice, so how we are going to change? He said to me, you should work hard to pass the exam. So it is an advice. So how we are going to change into indirect speech? He advised me that I should work hard to pass the exam, because here you can see it is used over here, you should. You should, it is always used for advice. So that is why we are going to discuss or going to write over here in indirect speech. He advised me that I should work hard to pass the exam. He said, in place of he said, we just convert into advised. So, here we have discussed that according to the reported speech, we have change in the imperative sentences, and these are all, we understood that these are all imperative. Shut the door. Here is a command given by the teacher. So, that is why we have written that teacher ordered. And in the next or the previous example, we have seen that it was a suggestion, or you can say it was a request. So, suggestion we have discussed over here, and request we have already discussed. How we are going to change? He requested, and now he said to me, he advised. So, these are the words we are supposed to use in imperative sentence to making direct to indirect speech. Now I am going to give you a few examples. He said to me, write it again. He asked me to write it again. He said to your father, please grant him leave for some time. Now here we are going to change. In indirect speech, you requested your father to grant him leave for some time. Now next is, my mother said to me, never tell a lie. So here it is a suggestion. My mother forbade me to tell a lie. Forbid means I was just going to say not to do that thing in order. So these are the examples of. We have discussed the rules of making direct to indirect speech, and we have discussed the imperative sentences. Tomorrow we will discuss interrogative sentences and exclamatory sentences, how to convert in direct to indirect speech. So till then children, revise these rules and memorize this. So till then, bye-bye and take care.